Okay, friends, today we are going to practice writing our lowercase letters A through M. Before we begin, let's remember where our lines are. Point to the skyline.
Point to the skyline.
Point to the plane line.
Point to the plane line.
Point to the grass line.
Point to the grass line.
Point to the worm line.
Point to the worm line.
Our first letter is A. A, apple, A.
A, apple, A.
Point to the plane line.
Point to the plane line.
Go back on the plane line and around and down to the grass line.
Go back on the plane line and down to the grass line.
Back up to the plane line
Back up to the plane line.
and back down to the grass line.
Back down to the grass line.
A, apple, A.
A, apple, A.
Second time, here we go. Point to the plane line.
Point to the plane line.
Go back on the plane line and around down to the grass line.
Go back on the left and go around back to the grass line.
Go back up to the plane line.
Go back up to the plane line.
Trace back down to the grass line.
Trace back down to the grass line.
A, apple, A.
A, apple, A.
Amazing, my friends.
Amazing.
You may erase.
You may erase.
Our next letter is B. B, bat, B.
B, bat,
Start at the skyline. Go down to the grass line.
go down to the grass line.
Trace back up on that same line back to the plane line.
Back up on the same one to the grass line.
And around down to the grass line.
Around back to the grass line.
B, bat, B.
B, bat,
Make sure your B has a belly. Check. And again, second one. Point to the skyline.
Point to the skyline.
Go down to the grass line.
Go down to the grass line.
Trace up to the plane line.
Trace up to the plane line.
And around down to the grass line.
And around down to the grass line.
B, bat, B.
B, bat,
Beautiful, my bumblebees.
beautiful, my bumblebee.
Go ahead and erase. Our next letter is C. C, cat, K.
C, cat,
Point to the plane line. Here we're going to fly backwards on the plane line and down around to the grass line.
backwards, and down and around to the grass line.
C, cat, K.
C, cat,
Make sure you are clipping it. It's not K, but K. C, cat, K.
C, cat.
There we go. And the next one, point to the plane line.
Point to the plane line.
Start to fly backwards on the plane line and down around to the grass line.
Fly backwards and down and around to the grass line.
C, cat, K.
C, cat.
Congratulations. You may erase your C, my little children. And our next letter is D. D, dog, D.
D, dog.
Point to the plane line.
Point to the plane line.
Go back down and around to the grass line.
Go back down and around to the grass line.
Now all the way up to the skyline.
All the way up to the skyline.
And trace back down to the grass line.
Trace back down. My dad, I can do it.
D, dog, D.
D, dog.
Second one, point to the plane line.
Point to the plane line.
Go back down around to the grass line.
Go back down and around to the grass line.
All the way up to the skyline.
All the way up to the skyline.
Trace back down to the grass line.
Trace back down to the grass line.
D, dog, D.
D, dog.
Delightful, my little darlings. You may erase. Our next letter is E. E, ed, F. This is a special letter because it starts between the plane line and the grass line. So I want you to take your marker and I want you to find a spot in the middle between the plane line and the grass line. That is where we're going to start. Now we're going to fly under the plane line, then go up and touch the plane line, and around down to the grass line. E, ed, F. Second one, find the spot in the middle between the plane line and the grass line. Put your marker there, right in the middle. We're going to fly under the plane line. And then we're going to go up and touch the plane line and around back down to the grass line. E, ed, F. Excellent. You may erase. Ooh, that word starts with an E too. Erase. Next letter is F. F, fun. This is a skyline letter, so let's point to the skyline. We are going to trace back on the skyline. And then all the way down to the grass line. Cross on the plane line. Remember, we always cross left to right. Let's try the next one. Point to the skyline. Trace back on the skyline. And all the way down to the grass line. Cross it on the plane line. F, fun. Fabulous. Friends. You may erase. Our next letter is G. G, game, go. This is a plane line round letter. Point to the plane line. Trace back on the plane line. Down and around to the grass line. And all the way back up to the plane line. Trace back down all the way down to the worm line and a curve.
Trace back down all the way to the worm line and curve.
Our second one, here we go. Start at the plane line.
Start at the plane line.
Trace back on the plane line.
Trace back on the plane line.
Down to the grass line, all the way around back up to the plane line.
All the way back up to the plane line.
And we're going to trace back down to the worm line and make a curve.
Down to the grass line.
Worm line and make a curve. G, game, go.
G, game, go.
Glorious, guys.
Glorious, guys.
Erase, please. Our next letter is H. H, hat.
H, hat.
Remember, it's just that first sound. Don't add the to it. H, hat.
H, hat.
One more time. H, hat.
H, hat.
There we go. And H is a skyline letter. Start on the skyline.
Start on the skyline.
Go down to the grass line.
Go down to the grass line.
Trace back up to the plane line.
Trace back up to the plane line.
And make a hump down to the grass line.
And make a hump down to the grass line.
H, hat.
H, hat.
Good job. I like that one. Point to the skyline.
Go to the skyline.
Go down to the grass line.
Go down to the grass line.
Trace back up to the plane line.
Trace back up to the plane line.
Make a hump and down to the grass line.
Make a hump and down to the grass line.
H hat.
H hat.
I'm so happy that you did a great job.
I'm so happy that you did a great job.
All right, you may erase. I'm happy for my humans. All right, next letter is I.
Next letter is
I, itch, it.
I, H,
This is a plain line letter.
plain line letter.
Point to the plain line.
Point to the plain line.
Go down to the grass line.
Go down to the grass line.
And add a dot.
And add a dot.
Now our dot is going to go just above the plain line. We are making a dot, not a lollipop.
Yeah, not one.
Okay, second one. Start at the plain line.
Start at the plain line.
Go straight down to the grass line.
Go straight down to the grass.
And just above the plain line, let's make our dot.
And just above the plain line, let's make our dot.
I, itch, it.
I, H,
Incredible.
incredible.
Great job, my friends. Go ahead and erase. And the next letter is J. J, jug, j.
J, jug.
J is a plain line letter.
J is a plain line letter.
So let's point to the plain line.
Plain line.
We're going to go all the way down to the worm line and make a curve.
All the way down to the worm line and make a curve.
Again, we are going to add a dot. Remember, it's a dot, not a lollipop. And the next one, here we go. Plain line, point to the plain line.
Point to the plain line.
Go all the way down to the worm line and make a curve.
Go all the way down to the worm line and make a curve.
Add your dot.
Add a dot.
J, jug, j.
J, jug, jug.
You did it just the way I like it. Good job. And you may erase. All right, we're closing on the end. Our next letter is K. K, kite. K is a skyline letter. Point to the skyline. Go all the way down to the grass line.
Go all the way down to the grass line.
Okay, so we're going to point to the plain line and leave a space.
To the plain line and leave a space.
This time we're going to slide over and touch our tall line.
Slide over and touch our tall line.
And slide back to the grass line.
And slide back to the grass line.
K, kite.
K, kite.
Second one, point to the skyline.
Point to the skyline.
Go all the way down to the grass line.
Go all the way down to the grass line.
Now this time we're going to point to the plain line but leave a little space. We're going to slide into our tall line
Slide into our tall line.
and slide back down to the grass line.
And slide back down to the grass line.
K, kite.
K, kite.
Killer, kids.
Killer kids.
You may erase. The next one is an easy one. It's an L. L, lamp, O. It is a skyline letter.
Is a skyline letter?
Point to the skyline
Point to the skyline
and go straight down to the grass line. Stop.
and go straight down to the grass line and stop.
Easy peasy. L, lamp, O.
L,
And the second one, start at the skyline. Go straight down to the grass line and stop.
Go straight down to the grass line and stop.
Those are some lovely lines.
Those are some lovely lines.
L, lamp, O.
L, lamp, O.
Go ahead and erase. And we're up to our very last one of the day. Here we go. What's our last letter for the day, friends? Great job. And M is a plain line letter, so let's point to the plain line.
Point to the plain line.
Go down to the grass line.
Go down to the grass line.
Trace back up to the plain line and make a hump.
Up to the plain line and make a hump.
Make sure your hump goes all the way back down to that grass line. And then we're going to make another trace back up to our plain line and a second hump back down to the grass line. M, man,
Man.
Let's do a second one. Here we go. Point to the plain line.
Point to the plain line.
Go down to the grass line.
Go down to the grass line.
Trace back up to the plain line and make one hump. Make sure that hump goes to the grass line. And retrace back up to the plain line and make a second hump.
And retrace back up to the plain line and make a hump.
M, man, Marvelous, my little monkeys.
Marvelous, my little monkey.
You did a great job. Kiss your brains. Thank you for helping me today. You may erase your board.